The UK's largest study into autism has been launched today by the University of Cambridge. Researchers hope to find out why the condition affects people so differently. Some have severe complications like epilepsy and poor mental health, while others don't. Around 700,000 people in the UK are diagnosed with it, and the Autism Research Centre is looking for 10,000 of them and their families to take part. I'll be talking to the man leading that study in just a moment, but first, Emma Ball has been to meet a family who this research hopes to help.
He struggles to understand the world that he lives in. He's not able to communicate like neurotypical children do. So he struggles to get his desires and his wishes conveyed to adults.
Josh was diagnosed at 2, now he's 7. His family feel that his autism should be celebrated.
Different, but not less. So he requires certain different ways of interacting with him, but he has a massive untapped potential. He cannot verbally communicate all of that, but he definitely can communicate that to people. 2, 3.
Communication is a challenge, but the family have found a way with technology.
178,910.
Since he's been having therapy, the family say he's come on leaps and bounds.
Autism is not there to be cured, it's a lifelong condition, but what we can do is enable Josh to have the skills to cope with his autism and support his ongoing development.
There are 700,000 autistic children and adults across the country. 1 in 100 people are on the autism spectrum. Because whole families live with the condition, millions are affected. Those working with autistic children say the condition can vary hugely.
Each child with autism presents completely differently depending on the age, even whether boy or a girl, and what else is going on with them. For example, they also might have ADHD or learning disability. So if you've seen one child with autism, you have only seen one child with autism. They're present in a myriad ways.
The family hope people will take Josh for who he is.
My hopes are just that he's happy. I don't have any expectations in terms of educational attainment or employment. What we want is for him to be accepted in society and for him to be able to enjoy his life and be a happy boy.
Emma Ball, BBC Look East, Cambridgeshire.
Well, listening to that is Professor Sir Simon Baron-Cohen, who's leading this study at the University of Cambridge. As we've just heard, this condition, it creates such a huge spectrum of symptoms, presents so differently. What exactly is autism?
So autism affects social development and communication development. It also leaves the person struggling with unexpected change. So they like routines, they like things to be very structured and predictable. But although it's a disability, it's also a difference in how the person processes information. It's a difference in their learning style. And sometimes that can give rise to strengths or even talents. So it's quite complex.
Well, we just heard there the family say they want it celebrated rather than cured. But as part of this study, you believe there are biological causes for autism, don't you? But also that a mother's pregnancy could be a factor. That's what you're looking into, isn't it?
Yeah, so I mean, there's no question that autism runs in families. You know, sometimes you can have just one family with many autistic children. So that's implicating genetic factors, and some of the genes have already been found, but we think there are many more still to be found. So in this big new study, it's called Spectrum 10K, we're asking 10,000 autistic people to sign up to our website at spectrum10k.org so they can take part. But as you say, it's not just about genetics, because you know we know that non-genetic factors also play a part in causing autism. So pregnancy, you mentioned, might be one of those things. It might be all sorts of other factors to do with the age of the parents when they have their baby, different mental or physical health conditions that might be in the person or in their family. We want to collect as much information as we can to try and understand that variability, and also try to figure out what different subgroups on the autism spectrum might need.
You mentioned that people with autism need routine, anything out of the ordinary can throw them. But taking part in the study, it is actually quite simple, isn't it? Nothing to be afraid of. What do people have to do?
Yes, simply go to the website, spectrum10k.org. You sign up. We've had a lot of traffic on that website today, so people are hopefully being patient if it's taking some time to register. But they'll be sent, once they consent, they'll be sent a saliva kit through the post, which they can send back to us through the post. And then there's a whole bunch of questionnaires to fill in online. And by collecting so much information, we'll have a better idea of why some individuals with autism not just have autism, but have co-occurring conditions, and more importantly, what kind of support they need.
And so it doesn't just help you scientifically, you think this will also help with, just very briefly, the treatment and perhaps diagnosis of autism in future?
Absolutely. That's, this is all about helping autistic people and their families, and alongside, we'll deepen our understanding.
Well, we look forward to seeing the outcome of the study. For now, Professor Sir Simon Barron-Cohen, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thank you. Next tonight, the mother of a teenage boy killed in Northampton says she is devastated to learn that his killer will be released after serving 4